Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do Marvel 2-in-1, The Thing, Battles of the Thing. This is the 50th issue, and we're going to take a look at it. So yeah, let's dive in. So it's been drawn uh, and written by John Byrne and Joe Sinnott. And I think John Byrne is one of the best Fantastic Four artists out there. He has his look of the Fantastic Four is very iconic in my opinion. And yeah, this is from how old is the book? 1979. All right. So yeah, Reed is examining Thing of Ben because he wants to heal him. And in this timeline, Reed Richards somehow lost his powers, and he is, examining the physiological that of. I'm sorry, I cannot roll from my tongue. That you know what I mean of Ben, and because maybe he can learn more about to get his powers back, right? And he says, remember when you first became the Thing, you would sometimes revert to Ben Grimm spontaneously for no apparent reason. Well, there was your body trying to shed the effects of the cosmic rays, just as mine finally did. So what? So even your basic appearance has been constantly changing, from something akin to a dinosaur hide to its present rock-like state. So he says, why don't I get the feeling you're letting up to something I ain't gonna like? I am that obvious. Well, Ben, I'm afraid my studies show that your body's become more and more comfortable as the Thing. This latest formula of mine would have cured you as you were years ago. But now, I'm sorry, Ben, I have to try another time. Some new approach. Don't take it so hard, Stretcho. I understand that it looks to this formula, right? But then he has an idea. So he grabs the formula, right? And he thinks, hey, if I'm going to take the formula and give it to my past self, I'm going to be cured, right? So he takes the Doctor Doom time machine and he goes into the past. It's that easy. And adds... And he's back in, this is the old Baxter building before the Fantastic Four rented it, or I believe, no, it's not bought it, but rented it for the very first time. So Reed Richards comes in with this guy, inspecting the building, right? Because, well, he wants to rent it, right? And but then Thing slips past him, and Reed Richards doesn't notice him at all, and the other guy either. I mean, the Thing is probably a couple of tons heavy, right? So it's pretty impossible that you don't hear him. I mean, he must be stomping around the place, but, comics. So he says, wait, that noise, the elevator? But it's locked. But I locked it. It can't have left without us. Hey, this is more fun than I thought it would be. I'm tingling like a kid on Christmas morning. So, and then he goes to his old place, his old apartment. He says, funny, I ain't been back here in years. Geez, I'm getting too blamed sentimental in my old age. The coast looks clear, but then these couple coming out and says, oh no, it's another one, right? And then we see here, a lonely man sits with thoughts few mortals could understand. Perhaps Susan is right. Perhaps I should stop blaming Reed. But then he has the screen, so he goes out and he says, leave my wife alone, you monster. And he tries to help her, and then the other voice says, turn, monster, and face me. And then adds, yeah, we have Thing versus Thing. It looks cool. So he says, holy, was I really that ugly? No wonder I always wanted to throttle Reed. Hold on, pal. You and me gotta talk. I am not your pal, monster. I am the Thing. And the Thing does not talk. He acts. I love this debris, all this crashed car. So yeah, and current Ben Grimm says, holy cripes, is that really me? The anger in his voice, the bitterness. He don't seem to care what he trashes. Either lucky this were only an old car. Old? What am I saying? I'm in the past. It's probably brand new. He says, hey, would you listen to me? I am you, pal. And he says, classic Ben Grimm, younger Ben Grimm says, don't mock me, monster. I would have given my soul to look as human as you. So yeah, this older version of the thing is pretty aggressive, pretty bitter, because he is pretty desperate to become human and he can't. And he says, "Now say no more. Don't tempt me to forget my strength. You would not survive." And he has his arms pinned so he cannot get out. And he says, "Oh, you will curse the day you ever tried to stand against the Thing. Will you listen, for Pete's sake? I'm the Thing. I'm you from the future. I use Doc Doom's time machine." "Doc Doom? Do you expect me to believe such a cornball name?" "Oh no, this is before we first met Doom. He's never heard of him." "Enough games, monster. I'll take you to Reed Richards. He will figure out what you are." But then Ben has enough, and he's way stronger, right, in his current form. So he gets out, and younger Grimm says, "It's impossible. I must be dreaming." "Not yet, Bunky." What's that? What's Bunky? "But just hold that pose, and I'll make this as quick and painless as I can. Your strength is great, but mine is greater. No one is stronger than the Thing." I like it. I like his boasting. I mean, probably there was the time that he thought that he was the strongest there is until he met the Hulk, right? I mean, the Hulk was also weaker and smaller than now. But I believe he didn't meet the Hulk in this timeline, but could be wrong. Anyway, so he's been thrown into this how do you say, condemned building nobody's in. But younger Grimm says, "I wasn't watching where I threw him. Now Reed will only have a corpse to examine. Nothing could have survived that collapse." Guess again, Gonzo." "You just made a big mistake, Chuckles. You made me lose my ever-loving temper, and that's something I don't never like to do. Get ready to get bruised." More ads with the Hulk, right? And we also have photos of Linda Carter in the younger years. Very bad photo, and Farrah Fawcett, and I don't know who the other one, Coneheads. I watched that movie. Who's this? Mick Nichols. I don't know. Kiss collage. Anyway, let's move on. So, but younger Grimm has a plan, and he's grabbing this. How do you call it? Fire hydrant? Is that how you say it? And uses it to splash him, almost drowns him, right? And but Ben has another idea. So he grabs the cables below the ground and uses it as a whip, right? And then he is. So this guy says, "Oh no, help, Martians!" Huh? Where have I heard that before? "Hey, that street sweeper's just what I need to mop up this clown." "Okay." What is it? What does he say, Jerry? "Jerk, this game's over. I'm gonna ram this thing right down your throat." "All right." But then he thinks, more ads. He says, "Oh no, what am I doing? Let my dad blasted temper run away on me again. I could have killed him. And that ain't exactly what I'm here for. Okay, Buster, we're gonna finish this up close and personal." "My pleasure, monster." So they're going at it, right? And it looks cool. But Ben is just clearly the better fighter, way stronger, and he clocks younger Grimm. And younger Grimm is now unconscious. And then he uses this formula that Reed whipped up, and then we see that he's transforming back to his human form. The original Ben Grimm. It worked. He's back to human. Funny. I thought we changed at the same time. I wonder if. Wait, it's the time platform. Sure, that must be it. I change when I get back to the present. So Ben wakes up and he says, "Oh my God, that monster sure packs a..." "Huh? My hands, my face, they're human. Human. He must have been telling the truth. He really was me. He really was me. Somehow come back from the future. But where is he gone? No matter. Wherever it is, pal, you got my thanks." So Reed says, "Ben, thank God I was able to find you. Don't you realize what your presence in your own past could have done to the time stream? Never mind the lecture, Stretcho. How do I look?" Look? I don't... Oh no, Ben, you didn't. Huh? My reflection in the glass panel? My hands, my face, I'm still the Thing. You don't understand, do you, old friend? You don't realize what happened. Your past is immutable. Ben, you are what you are. Any change you make in the past results in another reality, a new one caused by your presence. I'm sorry, Ben, I thought you knew. Skip it, Reed. This trip wasn't a total waste. After seeing my old self face to face like that, I don't feel so bad about the kisser I got now. Heck, I'm compared to him, I'm a regular Rob Redford. That's it. Yeah, that's the comic. I like it. I like it. And you know, in the end, Ben basically saved past Ben from becoming a tortured soul like he is in this timeline. So yeah, he saved Ben Grimm. Pretty cool issue. I like it a lot. And nice colors. Old school flat colors, and of course, simple but really fun story. And with John Byrne as the artist. I like it a lot. So guys, let me know what you think about it. Leave a comment below, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I see you next time. Bye-bye.